Hey, I'm Alberto Rosende. I played Simon Lewis in Shadowhunters, and I'm here with FR Conventions. I mean, it was wild. It was absolutely crazy. First person I met was Dom. We were the first people to arrive in Toronto, the first two people cast. So him and I got dinner and drinks, and we're immediately like, okay, we're cool. And then I remember I didn't work until either like the third or the fourth day. So everyone had all these stories of on set, and I hadn't gone on set yet. And my first day was the day that you see Simon walk into Magnus Bane's club. So the scene where Simon's walking in and is like, oh my gosh, that scene, that was the first day, and it felt wild because I was entering the film industry, which is this crazy world with a bunch of fun, crazy people, and it was like I was paralleling Simon, like starting my first job, first day, and yeah, I remember that very clearly because it was just kind of a dream come true. I enjoyed Human Simon a lot. I feel like he was so comfortable in his element there that he was able to be really objective in a way. Vampire Simon was really tough for him, like emotionally. And then Daylighter Simon was cool because I got to stop shooting at night. Like I got to start shooting during the day with everyone. So yeah, they all were different and had their own challenges. If we had gone further, I think I would have really loved exploring Shadowhunter Simon. It was just like such an interesting time for us. We were all super young. We were all moving to a city. We didn't know anyone. And we were building this thing that already had such a huge world around it. So we were kind of thrust into a circumstance where all of us became super close, super fast, just because of, I don't know, being at the beginning of something, it's something that became something big. And Kat and I entering that, were able, because of the Simon Clary dynamic, and then them entering the shadow world again, it like paralleled what we were doing in this industry. So it was super easy. I mean, to this day, Kat is still in my phone as Clary Frey, and I'm still in her phone as Simon Lewis. Yeah, but no, I wouldn't say let go, they evolved. I think one of the most amazing things about love are often there's a bunch of other things that precede it. Attraction, excitement, a lot of stuff, and then suddenly you realize this is actually love. This isn't. But I think one of the most beautiful things that the books do and allow is the growth from Simon of being like, oh, I want to be with you, to being like, no, I'm just actually, I love you. You're one of my best friends, and I'm going to do whatever I can to be there for you. So, yeah. It's such a cool thing that I'm glad we're starting to see in movies and in other books where they have just as much importance on those friendship loves as your family or as your partner. Like it's something that I'm glad we got to do. And then there's also those studies coming out that they say the people that like live the longest and happiest lives have good friendships. Like good friendships, and I think it's really important to build that. Well, it was cool because when Emerald and I first like started working, we were like, we know that we're endgame, so let's try to piece this out. Every time we were in a scene together, we always like tried to have a moment or something while it was building. So we were really excited that of all the relationships that happened on the show, we were the one that were able to be like, no, we're really gonna let people really want it to happen before it happens. And that's another thing. Sometimes it's funny because Simon says it in the first episode where he was like, he comments on how Clary doesn't see that a person is in love with him like right in front of her. And I think it's cool that both Simon and Izzy have that experience where they build a beautiful friendship that eventually evolves into this other love, and it takes them a minute to be like, oh, hey, it's you. Oh, of course. Like it was fun. It was really fun. Yeah, I mean, anytime you get to have like a contentious relationship with another actor and you get along with that actor, it's great, because then you can do more. There's more space for you to kind of push someone. When you're not comfortable with someone, there's always a hesitance, or that's not a word, an apprehension to doing that, because you don't want them to feel outside of the scene that you don't like them. So David and I had a lot of fun building that, and we were always goofing around, so when it came time to work, we were able to really go at it. And then after, be like, yo, that was crazy. So again, I guess it's been echoed, but we all really got along. And I find when people get really comfortable and relaxed, they can make their best art. And I think that's like examples, you see that all throughout the show of certain characters that either really despised each other or really loved each other, and then you find out offset that we're all actually just really close. We all hung out, and we're able to kind of build those relationships outside and bring what we, bring it into set. I was talking to a fan yesterday in our meet and greet, and they asked a similar question, and I was like, a lot of people, actors especially, but people in general, don't ever get to understand the impact of their work. You frequently hear about painters who toiled away for years only to pass away and then be discovered as these brilliant artists. So it's really a gift to be able to not only see it happening, but be a part of it. And that speaks to what we've built as a cast and fandom together. This place where we can all kind of meet up, talk about something, be a part of something that we all built, but also it's grown out of that now. Like, there are so many people here that met at the first conventions that now they go to conventions every year all over the world, and it's almost like we're an afterthought in a way, in like the best way. That they're like, yeah, I've always wanted to go to Berlin. There's a con in Berlin. Oh, we'll go to the con and then we'll visit Berlin. And you're like, we have a piece of that. We're responsible for, I don't know, friendships and growth, and really, it's something you couldn't ask for. But when it's gifted to you, I think you have to be grateful for it. So we're all really grateful. I mean, obviously, Paris is really great. It's really fun to be able to come here as frequently, have friends here. And now it doesn't feel like we're meeting fans. Now it seems like we're seeing old friends. We get to check in and be like, wait, last time you were in university, did you graduate? Oh my God. You were going for that big promotion or that job, or you were dealing with something with your family. How's that go? Like, it's become something else. It's kind of crazy. It was great because I got to bring everything I'd learned from Shadowhunters into this new environment. I also had the understanding of what it was to be at the beginning of something, and to feel complete ownership of it all the time. Like Shadowhunters, we felt like it was ours, and now it feels like it definitely is. Chicago, I very much knew, like, this is theirs. I'm here to just keep it going, keep it alive, learn what the culture is and pass it on, maybe improve it a little bit if I can, just a little bit. But it was cool to see that, though, in another show, where I was like, wow, you guys are who we were to this show, you are to them, and you guys built something really great. It just gives you an appreciation for all of that. And then also the other things that I knew to be aware of, that especially when you're doing a show as long as Chicago, that when you're a new actor coming in, don't expect too much warmth. Not in a bad way, just they meet a lot of actors, and when they get really attached to someone and that person leaves, it hurts. It's like, oh, we don't get to play anymore. That's really sad. So there's always this like gentle wading into the pool where you're like, hey, I'm here for a bit or maybe longer, but thank you for having me. And then slowly you kind of like in a real firehouse, you eventually earn your place. And that was cool. Yes. It's a book I haven't read with the book club yet. I want to, but I don't want to say it because I don't want someone else to get the idea. But there's a book that I read that's this fantasy book that is just so cool, and it's so interesting, and it has so much depth, and I think it would be absolutely incredible on screen. And there's one character I would like to play, but really I just want to direct it. Like I want to build that world visually for people. I think that'd be awesome. I can tell you after. Sorry, you'll have to wait till it comes out, I guess.